Back in October, metalcore band of Mice and Men announced that they were cancelling the rest of their European tour because frontman Austin Carlile was struggling with complications of Marfan syndrome. Fans took to Twitter wishing for Carlile to get better ASAP, and this week the singer pointed out that getting better isn't something that happens with Marfan syndrome. He wrote a series of emotional tweets, explaining honestly what it's like to live with his chronic condition. According to the Mayo Clinic, Marfan syndrome is an inherited disorder that affects connective tissue, the material in your body that supports and anchors the organs and other structures. Connective tissue is made up of proteins, and people with Marfan syndrome have a genetic mutation that causes abnormal production of fibrillin, one of the proteins responsible for giving connective tissue elasticity and strength. The NIH estimates that 1 out of every 5,000 people in the US have the syndrome, and it equally affects men, women, and people of all races. Most commonly, the syndrome affects a person's heart, eyes, blood vessels, and skeleton. It's most life-threatening when it causes cardiovascular malformations. The syndrome can weaken or distort a person's heart valves and even compromise the aorta, the largest artery in the body, which could potentially cause an aneurysm or heart failure. Other complications from the syndrome include retinal detachment in the eyes, bone overgrowth, abnormal curves in the spine, and sternum malformations, meaning the breastbone could sink in or protrude outwards. The Mayo Clinic says early signs of the syndrome can include a person having a tall and thin build, disproportionately long arms, legs and fingers, a protruding or dipping breastbone, heart murmurs, and/or extreme nearsightedness. Doctors can diagnose the syndrome through a physical exam, a series of diagnostic tests, and by examining a patient's medical and family history, according to the NIH. Most people with Marfan syndrome inherit the genetic mutation from a parent who also has the disorder, but 25% of cases do develop spontaneously. Austin Carlile wrote on Twitter that his mom also had Marfan syndrome, and it caused her death. The severity of symptoms can vary, with some people experiencing mild complications while others have life-threatening ones. Unfortunately, the disease tends to worsen with age in most cases. There's no cure for the syndrome, but treatments are available. These can include medicine as well as surgery, which might explain why Carlile has had surgeries on multiple parts of his body, especially his heart. In the past, people with Marfan syndrome rarely live past 40 years old. Today, thanks to modern medicine and more advanced treatments, a person with the syndrome can expect to have a more normal lifespan, the Mayo Clinic says. On Twitter, Carlile said that he has a team of specialists at Stanford University working to keep him healthy. The NIH says people with Marfan syndrome often see a handful of experts, since the syndrome can affect many parts of the body. This usually includes a geneticist, cardiologist, ophthalmologist, orthopedist, and a cardiothoracic surgeon. It's an incurable connective tissue disorder. Thanks for source of this report, self.com by Haley Goldberg, November 30, 2016. Thanks for watching and subscribe our YouTube channel and bookmark our blog for latest and top news from all over the world. Be happy. Goodbye.